Everyone, so you got to that point right here, and if you render it the way we just set it up, okay, it should work, you'll get something like that. And the shadows, a lot of you guys have asked me, the shadows, how can I fix the shadows, get the shadows better? There's a couple ways. Could use ray tracing, but that can be very demanding, and without ray tracing, you just simply go into the option of the shadows, basically. Okay, so you would go basically select your light and go into the shadow option right here. First of all, you can change the color of the shadow, number one. Okay, now use the depth map shadows, change that to 2048, for example, a higher resolution. Okay, let's look what it does first. Always render every time you change one option, so you can see the changes of one options only. All right. Okay, it's much better already, but it still have aliasing right here, those little stairs type of things. So we need to get rid of that. All right. Now to try to get rid of that, we can increase the filter size. Okay, to let's say 3. That should give us a better result. It's much better already. All right, see, there's a little bit more blur right here. We can increase it even more if we want to. The more you increase it, the slower it becomes. All right, you guys. And the smoother it gets. All right. So that looks pretty good to me right here. Enough for what we want to do. Now, right here, you can change the bias, rotation and so forth. Let's try to see what if there is any change in the fog. Right here, if we do that, I don't think that's going to do anything for us. Let's look at it. All right, now, okay, so let's leave where it was. Okay, so that's pretty much, what you can do. You can also turn off that by using ray tracing, okay, and increasing the quality of the ray. The more you increase it, you have to be very careful. The worse it gets, frankly, in time. And let's see what we got here. It gives a very sharp, nice, low aliasing type of situation. A little too clean for me, frankly. A little too sharp for me. I like better the others. The only thing, ray trace give you color shadows too. Okay. Okay, now let's go back to the old setup I have right here, and let's talk about your homework. Okay, your homework, you're supposed to make some tiles, and so you are watching the videos on how to make seamless tiles and seamless textures. Okay, and if you want, you can you can do whatever type tiling you want. All right, I'm going to do the grass one, the simple one. So you have your seamless tile. What you do is that you get your ground that you want to cover a large area. So let me make that a lot larger. Okay. I'll make it really big. Alright, you guys. And I'm gonna actually, that's my camera. So hold on a second here. Let me get to my camera. That's the situation. Basically, if I go into the outliner and I go to my cameras, my perspective one, and double click on that and get its option, there is an option in those that I call near clip and far clip. I'm just way too far and my camera doesn't see anymore, so change that up and it'll come back. Same thing for near clip. You can add a 0 if you want to really see real close. Okay. So now we have a very large field. Let me make it a little bit modelly, or I'll add a little bit of the subdivision to it, so I can play with it a little bit, so it looks more than just what it is. And I'm going to use the soft modification tool, actually, at certain places, and actually make it bigger. There you go. Try to get some areas up and so forth. All right, it's like you have in real life, kind of. And that's a new tool for you guys. It's not a modeling class, but that's not a bad tool. You should know when you model faces and so forth. Okay, it's very organic. Okay, now let's say, so you need to basically tile the whole thing with grass. So you made your seamless tile, and now you need to basically texture it right here. Okay, So you're gonna right click on it and select a new material and assign new material, and you're gonna select a shader, and it's called the Lambert shader right here. Okay. In the color of the Lambert shader right here, you're gonna click on the color and you're gonna say File. Alright, and you're gonna put your grass. Alright, right here. As you can see, it might not be the proper size scaling. Alright, it looks real big. You know, that's not very cool. Alright, so what we're going to do, we need to change the scaling and how many times that tile is reproduced. Because it's seamless, we should be able to reproduce it more than once. So in the window right here, in the hypergraph hierarchy right here, actually in the connection, not the hierarchy, hold on. Right there. Sorry, I apologize. In the hypershade and not the hypergraph, it'll be faster. I'm going to select that Lambert I just created, show it. Okay, and now I can see if I click right here, double click on the texture right here, I have a repeat UV right there that I can change. That will repeat the tile. So let's do 10 times, for example. Alright, right, you see up? See how it changes big time? Let's go close in. Yeah, that's been more like it, okay? And we bring that mesh a bit down, so to the left, so I don't have as much problem. It's more on a flatter place, right here, right there. All right, that's more like it. That might be a little big still, all right, but it's not bad actually. Okay, but it's still a little big. So let's go back to the hypershade. Double click here and even change that to 20. Be careful, you want to most of the time stay. One thing I forgot to tell you, what's very important actually to you guys as video game people, is that in video game your tiles are gonna have to be a power of 2. Alright, we talked about it in my 2D art asset classes, but in 2D it's just mainly because like that you can put the tile without having any holes, okay? In 3D it's more than that. In 3D it won't display properly if you don't have a power of 2 as a tile. Because in reality, to display your art, it's going to use DirectX or PLGL and your graphic card, basically memory. And your graphic card memory display works in powers of 2. So if your stuff is not a power of 2, it's not going to work out very well. All right? It's not going to display at all. Okay? So now that looks a lot much better now. You know, the size is a lot better for what we want to do. It's more realistic. Okay? Let's do a little render on that one to see how we got there. Okay? Much better, you know. Now, it's still, you know, you don't have any normal map or any bump map into it, and that would be pretty cool. The bump map and normal map are the same thing. They're just a trickery, a visual trickery to give more depth to the mesh, that there is. Basically, the only difference, normal map and the bump map actually is black and white, and it's 8 bits. So it's fairly small what it does in quality, it's not that great. And the normal map, which is a more recent map, is an RGB, a red, green, and blue map, 24 bits, so 8 bits per channels, alright, 8 bits red, 8 bits green, 8 bits blue, okay, 24 bits, so a lot more information. The way to get them, you can get a software called Crazy Bump, that works very well, alright, but you can also do it manually free with a filter, alright, you guys, that I actually will create normal mapping, okay, you guys, and bump map, okay. I don't have the filter right here. Let's do a bump map just for the fun of it. It's a black and white map, you guys, and the bump map, you don't go into image and mode and say grayscale. That would be big errors, all right, because it will bleach out your picture. You won't need to go into the layer, do a new adjustment layer, UA saturation layers, and then you